Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this video we are doing the post-Comic-Con haul video. A lot of people asked me to do it with me on camera like I did last year. I don't know why, but here I am. So in no particular order, this is going to be stuff that I got at Comic-Con and stuff that arrived at my house while I was at Comic-Con, and then even a few other random things from the post office box and some other things like that. So like I said, in no particular order. Let's dig in. First thing, I have to thank my buddy Tommy. He found this for me while I was gone, the Walgreens Ant-Man, which looks actually surprisingly well done, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'm definitely going to be reviewing all these guys very soon, but this is a giant pile of stuff, so it's going to take me a while to get through it all, but excited about that guy because it actually looks pretty good. So that one's not out, obviously, from Comic-Con. Something that is, let's move on to this. This is the Mega Bloks exclusive, Mattel exclusive now, Halo 5 special set. And the cool thing about this, other than the awesome case that has magnets to hold it shut, is it comes with a really nice 3-pack of the figures. So you can see Arbiter and Master Chief and Locke, which all look really cool, but then it also has inside this half a cool little display base, so I'll be reviewing that. Very nice piece though, a lot of people are really impressed with that. Here we have an opened version of the Mega Bloks exclusive, event exclusive individual minifigure. So that's a cool little thing. If you're into Mega Bloks, it's a nice figure to track down. We also have the Call of Duty Zombie. I know nothing about Call of Duty zombies, but have that also. Let's hold on for Comic-Con stuff for a minute. These are kind of a cool thing, which are actually Smash Brothers 3D printed drink coasters. And I found these from a guy on Etsy, and I'll post his link in the description below. And I'll also do a review on these things, because the reason I got them is that they make for cool little display bases for various Smash Brothers related figures, like your Figmas and SH Figure Arts or whatever. So if you're into collecting Smash Brothers, you can get a set of 4 of these things and a little display holding thingy. It's like 20 bucks or something like that. So I'll go into those in more detail in a particular video for them. But cool little piece. Those are from Pyro Designs on Etsy. He also makes metal signs, which are pretty nifty. And he sent me one of those also to show you guys. And they come in a few different varieties, but pretty nifty. They look really cool, and they're just sheet metal signs, but you can use them for a display base or something like that. Also, this one's gigantic, but you could maybe put all 4 figures on there if you have a big enough shelf, and it'll look pretty cool. So there's that also, from the same guy on Etsy. Okay, Comic-Con stuff. Actually, let's not do Comic-Con yet, because there's so much other stuff. This is from a viewer. He sent this to me. This is from Matt P. I don't want to put out his full name. He sent me the DC Collectibles Arkham Knight Batman figure to review and to have. So thanks a lot to Matt for that. I appreciate it. I don't normally collect the DCC figures, you guys know that. But this guy looks pretty cool, and you guys know I'm a big Batman fan. So Matt, pretty awesome for you to send this to me. So thanks a lot, bud. I appreciate that. So definitely going to be reviewing that guy soon. And then my buddy Armando, he sent me, as kind of a thanks for helping him get some Comic-Con stuff, he sent me a couple of Walgreens exclusive Marvel Legend Agent Venom. So he sent me a couple of those with all their gear. So those will definitely come in handy one way or another. This is a good body to use for customs, and he's got some cool parts. So big thanks to Armando for that. Appreciate it. Anytime you guys send me stuff, I appreciate it, obviously, but still, things like that that are unexpected, I really do like that. I mean, obviously, I like that, but it means a lot. I thank you guys for that. Alright, next thing I got is just a package from Amazon that happened to arrive while I was gone. I just got another Goku. You never know when you're going to need another Goku. And I also got a sheet of black acrylic. And it still has the coating on it right now to protect it. And this is just going to be kind of a test thing for photos. Once you peel the backing off, or it's not necessarily backing it because it's on both sides, but once you peel that off, it's a super high gloss solid black finish. And what you do is you use this for the base of your photos and your figures that you're shooting. And now this is just an example because it still has the backing, but you can see how it kind of reflects on there. It makes for a really nice looking photo. So I got this as a test piece. Maybe it'll be big enough to use normally, I don't know. Just to see how I like the photos like that. So that's going to be for the photos at the end of each review. So that's what that's for. And now we can get to the Comic-Con stuff. So firstly, if you bought stuff at the Tamashii Bluefin booth, you got the 1-Up set that came with Yoshi. You got one of those. So that's one of those I got for free. And then of course the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Goku with the Go kanji on his gi. Pretty psyched about that. Guy looks pretty good. You guys know it's mostly the exact same as the other Goku, other than colors and the detailing and a couple extra parts, but really nice looking figure, so I'm psyched to get that review very soon. Now we have some, well, let's do this one first, then we'll go into the Marvel. So I had to open most of this stuff just to get it home, and even then the box that I sent to myself was like $90 in postage. So I got the Batman Classic 66 Batgirl because I needed to complete that collection, unfortunately. I know I said it was done with DCUC, but that was the one, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? One thing I needed to get still, and actually I still have to get the unmasked Adam West, but she comes with the little card and display stage. So she's going to go with all the Adam West Batman stuff. You know, it is what it is. I couldn't not complete that little set. As upset as I was with Mattel for the Superpowers snafu, I have to finish the Batman stuff. So there's that. That came from Mattel. Actually, I think that came from Entertainment Earth. What else do we have? Let's open this up. We have the Ant-Man set. So we have the Marvel Universe scale Ant-Man, or Hank Pym in his lab coat / outfit. And then we have the two little Ant-Mans. You can see them. One's kind of sideways and then one is right there. So we got a little variety pack there. We have this guy right here, which I guess is Giant Man in his other outfit. I'm not too up on the Ant-Man stuff, to be honest. He's not one of my most liked characters. But there's that guy, standard 6-inch Bucky Cap mold. Of course, I'll be reviewing all of these guys, so I don't want to talk too much about them at length right now. And then we have the Icons scale Giant Man that came in that pack. And I'll have to mention it on here just because of how disappointing this figure is. It is literally the Icons Cyclops or the old Goliath or Giant Man figure from the Marvel Universe Gigantic Battles or whatever they're called packs with a new head and a belt. So needless to say, the articulation's pretty iffy and the sculpt is really iffy. If you've ever seen the other figures that this body was also used for, you know what I'm talking about. It's just not a great mold at all. And then you can see right there, the head leaves a little something to be desired, but we'll talk about those in a little more detail when we do the actual review. As a whole, the pack is kind of cool, having the varying sizes, two little guys, one medium size, one 6-inch, and then one big one. It's a very cool pack, but that mold is not one of my favorites. Alright, other thing I got was a Halo 5 Guardians pin for playing Warzone, so that's kind of cool. If you're a Halo fan, then you know that they've had quite a few pins going around the various conventions and things, so it's a nice thing to pick up. Another one to add to the collection. Here we have the Mezco San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, completely translucent Ice Clone Sub-Zero, which does have the different accessories. He's got the ice ball and the two smaller knives in the same batch of hands. But this figure, you guys know I'm a sucker for translucent stuff. And I already like this figure a whole lot, so the sculpt is really nice and very, very cool looking figure, no pun intended. You know, I wasn't going to buy any of these Mortal Kombat figures to begin with just because I'm not the biggest Mortal Kombat fan, but they're just turning out so nice I couldn't help myself. So I have that, and in one of these Big Bad Toy Store boxes I also have, excuse me, the glow-in-the-dark Raiden. Because I didn't want to wait in line to get them at Comic-Con, so I got them at Big Bad Toy Store. Okay, let's look at some more Legends. We have the 5-pack of Legends to look through. So let me get them all out because they're kind of all just smushed together in this bag right here. So for this 5-pack, I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, is it any good? You know, we've had some pretty decent sets with the X-Force set. And then last year we had, what was it, the Guardians set? That was last year, wasn't it? Not Guardians, but the... it had a couple people in there, the Inhumans and whatever. So this set, it's kind of in between. There are some really nice figures and then some that just not so great. So in no particular order, we have Brother Voodoo, and he's got his staff accessory, and he's on the border. Some of him is really good, and then it depends on how your paint application is, I guess. Mine is average. I've heard some people say that they come really ugly and then some look better. So I don't know. If you're a big fan of this character, it's probably good enough. We have the translucent Doctor Strange. This is also Voodoo's cloak. The translucent Strange is actually really nicely done. They did a good job with the line work on the chest, and they did a good job with the translucent plastic, and again, you guys know I'm a sucker for that. He comes with his little pearlescent magic circles. He looks pretty good. He's one of my favorites from the set, even though he's one of the more plain ones. And then we have, I don't know how you pronounce her name, and I don't know if you guys would know, just because reading comics they don't generally have pronunciations. I'm going to pronounce it as Hela, but it could be something else. Hella, I don't know. Maybe they've said it before, but I just don't know it. Let me get these things on her head so you can see what she looks like. It's good that they snap off though, because you don't want to break them. I think that's how it goes. I might have put them on upside down. I'll have to check that because I don't know. This is mostly just the red She-Hulk with a few different bits and pieces. The paint job is actually pretty decent. You can see all of the line work on there is fairly clean. So that's a good thing. Having the She-Hulk body though, not necessarily a good thing because she's got those super tiny arms compared to the rest of her body. But still, it's a nice display piece. As far as the cloth cape goes, yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of cloth capes, but it's not horrible. And here we have Magic, which is a lot of new parts. Some reused parts, but a lot of new ones. Her leg apparently comes off really easily because it came off in the bag here, so let me snap that back on. But she comes with two swords. This one looks like it's glow in the dark. It's not. It's just translucent plastic, and then this one's just a plain old sword. So let me snap her leg back on. If you're curious about the legends, that's how their hip designs are now. Little polygonal sphere that the leg snaps onto. So she's actually pretty cool because she's got lots of unique parts to her and a fairly decent paint job, so it's a nice figure to have. And then lastly, the best one of the bunch, by the way, we also have a green sword for Hela, or whatever her name is. And then the best one of the bunch, thankfully, is Dormammu, or Dormammu if you're one of the people that pronounce it like that. He's not 100% awesome, but he is pretty darn good. They did a really nice job on this guy. I guess some people are saying that the paint job is no good on the red. You can see there's kind of like some shading going on in here, but it works for the character and that's fine. Then he's got some translucent parts for his lower arms and his hair, head, fire, whatever you want to call it. Looks really good. They did a pretty bang-up job on that guy, so I'm happy about that. And he came with two Ghost Rider heads, which is kind of funny, but they work for him since he needs the glowing skulls. So I don't mind that they're Ghost Rider heads. They look pretty cool. So definitely a solid batch. Not like the most impressive out of all, or for all of them, but definitely a few of them. And you do get this, which is that necklace thing that was like a big deal that you get a necklace in the package. It's just looks like a Party City party favor type thing, so I don't know why they bother with that. But still, with Dormammu and Doctor Strange being good figures, if you're not able to track down the entire set for a good price, at least get those two guys, because they're really nice. And maybe Magic also. Pretty cool set. One thing I found weird though, as I was opening this, I don't remember who it is now, but somebody's listed inside that book. They come in a package that looks like a book, and it lists all the characters and a little bit of a bio for them. But it lists somebody else. I can't remember who it was. Wild Child, maybe? I don't remember. But there was another one listed, but they weren't in the set, so I'm not sure how that came about, but yeah, whatever. That's the way it goes. Alright, let's go through these other boxes that I have waiting for me. Let's see if I can do this without getting out of breath, because there's a bunch of big boxes here. So let's see how this goes. And these are big bad toy store boxes. Oh, this one is this one. Okay, so got this, the Metal Gear Solid Silent figure, Play Art Sky, and yes, I ordered it before I knew she had squishy boobs, so that's not why I ordered it. It might be a bonus, I don't know, I don't really need a figure with squishy boobs. This has them, and we'll talk about that in the review, but it does look like a cool figure, and the only reason I got it really, to be completely honest, is because I needed something to go against the new sneaking suit Snake, and after I watched the video with her in it, and she was being awesome and badass, I figured I'd get her. And she has squishy boobs. No, I'm just kidding. But we have her, so we'll be reviewing her in a little while. Next up we have... Oh, which Legend set is this? The Ant-Man Legends, because the ones I reviewed before actually weren't my Legends. I borrowed them because I know somebody that got them early. So I'm going to open these up and just take a quick look at them. Speaking of Ant-Man, since we've already looked at these Legends, I can spend some time to talk about the movie. You know, some people are saying it's the best Marvel movie yet, and some people are saying, oh, I didn't like it at all. For me, it wasn't the best. I don't think it's really fair to compare it as being the best compared to Avengers, because Avengers is an ensemble, and you know, they had lots of time to set it up, so you can't really compare those two. But they did a really good job. It really reminded me of Iron Man 1, which I thought was really good. So if you haven't seen it yet, go see Ant-Man. So we have the movie Ant-Man. I know you guys have all seen these, so we'll just run through them. Another movie Ant-Man. Bulldozer. And if you haven't seen the reviews, I have reviewed all of these guys. Tiger Shark, so go check those out in the Marvel playlist. Giant Man, 6-inch Giant Man. Grim Reaper. I'm looking at the front. It's on the back also. Wasp. I just did it again. And another Wasp. So this set had a lot of potential. Didn't turn out that great. Some of the figures are good, and it really depends on the paint job. So when you're ordering them, if you're ordering them, cross your fingers and hope for a good batch. If you get a good batch, then you'll be pretty happy. If you don't, then you're going to feel like me and that they're not the best batch of figures ever. Alright, so that's that set. Let's get that out of the way. Nothing special there. What's in this one? Let's do this one. Another Big Bad Toy Store box. Alright, so we have first the smaller scale Ant-Man with his ant, as it says right here. Ant-Man and Ant. If you watch the movie, and this isn't really a spoiler, the ant's name is Antony, so that's kind of cool because it's close to my name, so that's kind of fun. It looks like a nice little set. Maybe could use a little bit more paint, as is the norm. Obviously I haven't opened it yet. If you look at the back, there's some paint on the ant there. Hopefully you can see that because I can't see what I'm doing. But on the package, or in the package, there's not a whole lot of paint, so we'll see how that goes. Next up we have, this should be the Hulkbuster. I think this is the Hulkbuster batch of Legends. So let me get that out of the way, and let's open her up. Now I've heard from some people that the Hulkbuster figure is massive and well enough articulated and has a decent sculpt, but it's lacking, big surprise, paint to a serious degree. So let's hope that it's actually not that bad, because you guys know I want my Legends to look good, so hopefully they do. I'll be really bummed out if it doesn't, but we'll see. Yeah, this is the Hulkbuster Wave. So this is the War Machine, which is a repaint of the old figure, I believe, the Iron Patriot. It looks pretty good though. You can see the Hulkbuster head in there, which doesn't look too bad. I mean, that part so far at least looks pretty decent, so I'm a little hopeful. Here we have, wow, this guy really is heavy. Just that leg that's in there with Iron Man. This package is like twice as heavy as War Machine. Then Iron Man actually looks pretty good, so we have the Marvel Now Iron Man looking pretty snazzy. So far I'm kind of happy, a little psyched. Oh man, I cannot remember what this lady's name is ever, and they don't put the name on the package. So we have that lady. Somebody remind me please, because I'm not going to look it up just for the haul video, what her name is. I can never remember her name. But she does come with a leg, right? A leg? No, an arm. Comes with an arm, and here we have Valkyrie, which some people don't really like the design of. I personally like this one much better than the older 2-pack one, and she comes with an arm. You know, looking at the Hulkbuster parts, yeah, they're mostly molded. So far, I'm not upset. I think there's enough paint on there, enough molding variation that it's not too bad. Wow. Here we have Doctor Strange, which is actually different. Oh, no, it's not. It looks different, sculpt-wise. I guess it's just the plastic from the clear one. It looks pretty good, though. Maybe Hasbro's finally starting to do a better job. If they do, you guys know I'll be happy. You know, it's not like I like to give negative reviews. I just do that to help you guys. So here we have Doctor Strange with his green magic circles and another really heavy Hulkbuster part. That figure's going to be massive once you put them together. And Vision. I don't know. Looks like he might be okay. We'll see. It's going to be kind of hard to tell to judge from the package. That's horrible packaging though. If that's the way they all came, whoever designed that packaging layout didn't do a very good job. It's a huge blank area up here. Not good packaging, and it doesn't really matter, but it's just kind of curious. And we have Blizzard, which I thought his blue was supposed to be a little more blue, a little darker, but still looks like they might have actually done a pretty good job, so I'm a little bit psyched for these. And then we have the torso, it looks like, for Hulkbuster. So that looks like a pretty good bunch of Marvel Legends. I'm kind of psyched to open these up now. I think we're long overdue for a batch of Legends that don't let us down at least halfway, and this one looks like at least 60% good, so looking forward to it. And you guys probably should be too, although I guess probably most of you have seen the Hulkbuster Legends at this point, if you weren't. busy at Comic-Con or on vacation like I was. One of the downsides. Alright, so last Big Bad Toy Store box. Got a new Yoshi because mine had different colored feet. Really hope that one doesn't. Can't tell in the package, but fingers crossed. And there's the glow-in-the-dark Raiden from Mortal Kombat, since I didn't pick it up at the place. Picked it up at Big Bad Toy Store for a decent price. Cool looking figure. Now we have more Legends. Lots of Legends this week. Not really a good thing for the wallet, but a good thing for the collection. Let's open this up. This is the Rhino Bath Wave of Legends. Let's see how they look. Of this bunch, I'm particularly excited for Ghost Rider, Spider-Man, and Kraven. I think those guys all look pretty good. Let's see what we have here. We have White Tiger. So far, guys, I have to say it looks like they're actually hitting the paint jobs. That's pretty good. Looks pretty good so far. Not familiar with that character. And here we have, I don't know who this character is. I have no idea what her name is. I looked it up before and I don't remember. You can let me know. But wow. You can see her eyes, hopefully. That's bad. Those eyes are not good. And Ghost Rider, which I'm pretty psyched for this guy. I like that new design they went with for the head and using the AIM slash Star-Lord body. Looks pretty good, so I'm psyched about that. It looks like Rhino has a nice coat of paint on him also. Pretty psyched. Ooh, here's a character design that I hate. I really hate the Superior Venom design. But it looks like they might have done a pretty good job with it. I know his webbing's supposed to be all over the place, so that looks good. The lines look fairly clean. So fingers crossed that turns out pretty good too. And here we have Chameleon. That's not Chameleon. Is it Chameleon? Yeah, it's Chameleon. It's not the classic Chameleon look I'm familiar with, but that's Chameleon. Comes with, what is that? What head is that? J. Jonah Jameson and Tombstone? I don't remember their names. The more obscure character, I mean I know Jameson, but the more obscure character is not my thing most of the time. You guys know that. And here we have Kraven on that larger body. Well, I don't know. The prototype looks way better than that. We'll have to see in hand what the face looks like. But the rest of it looks pretty good. The face looks really off. Really wonky on the face, but the rest looks good. Here we have the Spider-Man, Scarlet Spider, which it doesn't look as good as a custom, I would say, but I don't expect it to, so that's alright. It looks pretty darn good, so I'm okay with that. I'm pretty pleased with it. And we get both Rhino heads in one package. So you have to buy two of them. But you get two of them in the case anyway. So there you go. At least you get to pick better paint jobs. That looks like a pretty nice batch of figures. I'm probably going to build, well, maybe I'll build both Rhinos, two Rhinos to have different heads on each one, but probably not. Okay, and one last package to go through for you larger scale figure fans. We have the Play Arts Kai variant Stormtrooper, which looks way better than I thought it was going to. Looks pretty darn good. I don't necessarily like the helmet design, but it looks like they nailed it as far as quality goes, so pretty pumped about that. And then if you're any good at guessing what's in the bottom of this, based on that figure you should know what this is, but we have the Play Arts Kai variant Boba Fett, which, yeah, some people make the argument that his head's too small. It doesn't really look too small to me. I think it's just the big shoulder pads throwing it off, but that guy looks pretty darn good too. So there it is, guys. Thanks to the people that sent me stuff. Thanks to all you guys for watching. And I'm pretty much out of stuff to say. So stick around. I have no idea what order I'm going to review all this stuff in. It's like way too much stuff to review. But stick around. I'll be reviewing it soon. Follow me on Facebook to see more. People always ask me, you know, can you tell us when things are coming out? I post when things are coming out all the time on Facebook. So don't just watch the videos. Follow me on my Facebook page also. There's a link in the description of every video and on my channel page. So do that. And then another thing I want to point out, I have playlists for all the different types of figures and different licenses and things. So check my playlists out. I have people ask me all the time, do you do Play Arts reviews? Yeah, I've done a bunch of them. check out the playlist. You'll see everything I review. They're all organized in there, so you can just watch them all or search easier that way for particular figures, and you shouldn't have any trouble finding videos of what you're looking for, because I've done a lot of videos, guys. So check those out. Alright, that's it. Time for the final spiel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see all of these upcoming figure reviews, and then I have some custom figures I need to finish up too. And in the meantime, keep collecting.